Welcome. I am Reverend Montclair, and this is Monday Church with Reverend Montclair. Yesterday, February 1st, in Celtic ancient Irish tradition, the event of Imbolg, which is a word meaning in the belly, is celebrated, and also the feast of Saint Brigid. This is a event that celebrates the coming of spring. In the belly refers to the lambs in the womb of the ewes, and that the world has taken a turn away from winter and towards the light again. May it be so in all of our cultures, in all parts of this world. So, springtime is honored frequently in many different ways throughout cultures. One way in this Celtic tradition is to have foods made with dairy, because the dairy has to do with the not only the sheep but the cows, and this is a time where they start having fresh milk for their babies that start to be born. And in our culture today, we certainly have a lot to bring forward a newness, because what has been in the previous year and throughout the winter has been so hard and so devastating that we need some newness. And one way to bring newness into your life is to set new intentions for this new season that is coming, the springtime that is coming, and also to bring a little life inside, perhaps fresh flowers, light a candle with your meals, and maybe begin a very small exercise routine. Drink more water, something to refresh your life and enliven your environment. Perhaps get a house plant. Because focusing on all the negative in our society really brings one down. It certainly brings me down when I'm focusing on it. And I know I need to be aware and am aware of what's going on. So I do stay informed, but it can't be the only thing in our lives. So the word resistance is used frequently, um, and resistance always is like a struggle. Um, so we have to let go of the struggle sometimes, but still stand firm in our values, in who we are, in our goals, and the things that inspire us. And one of the most probably wholesome goals you can have is, even while observing those that choose to be cruel and do evil things to others, not to become like them, not to be cruel, not to not to be disrespectful, but to stand in your own power, not to seek to usurp power, but to be as powerful as a person, as a presence, as a as one who has great integrity, and be the best you can be. That is resistance. Joy is resistance when others are trying to make you fearful. And healing your own inner wounds so that you don't visit your wounds on others is a way to be more powerful. It is a way to embody your best self and be, oh, there's the word atonement, but also at one with your soul, at one with your highest self. Sometimes journaling helps to release a cyclical thoughts or fears and to be able to name those fears. Fears tend to create a lot of anxiety when we don't even know what they are because there's just kind of an overbearing doom feeling. And to be able to name exactly where it's coming from and to use your mind to create clarity rather than confusion and fear. So, back to the practice of acknowledging what is true and what is not true when it comes to our worries. And just because something you are afraid of, it doesn't mean that it's a likely occurrence. Is it possible? Sure. But is it likely? So, as long as we um, walk our paths of integrity, of in our values, and oh, and do our best. That's all we can do. So each day, strive to do your best, and you need not criticize yourself. If your best varies, you need not criticize yourself. If your best is not as good as someone else's, you need not criticize yourself. Um, if your best isn't as good as you want it to be, as long as you're doing your best, you're off the hook. You get to be at peace. Self-acceptance is a huge part of being at peace within. Self-acceptance and dismantling those thoughts that self-criticize, dismantling the thoughts that criticize others, because usually people that are hyper critical of others are hyper critical of themselves. And allow peace into your life. Allow allow peace to come forth from you, and do something that inspires you. And I don't care if that's just looking out the window at the clouds or breathing in the fragrance of a rose, going for a walk. Do something that inspires you. Starting a project, or if you're afraid to start the project, just take the smallest accomplishable step. So if you want to write something, then prepare the space where you will write. If that's the smallest accomplishable step that you can do in one day, it is enough. As long as you take small steps towards your goals become closer. And in this um, new month of February, it is Black History Month. Even though there are those that want to deny the actual history of Black history in this country, we must acknowledge it, honor it, keep it alive, because why live a lie when you can live with the truth? If you persist in living lies, you will never feel whole. You will always be um, at risk of being exposed. You will always be defensive because lies need defense. The truth, I don't know if it needs defending, but it needs speaking, and it needs repetition of what is real, of what is true, of what is honorable, of what is kind, of what is generous, of what is compassionate, of what is human. And I say human, maybe humane might be a better word, because certainly cruelty has been a a part of what is human throughout the centuries. But what's the best in us are the previous list of characteristics of how we can interact with each other. Even curiosity is better than cruelty. So be curious, be hopeful as this year, the seasons turn towards the spring. Even as we are still in the depths of winter, there is a spring stirring under the earth and within ourselves, and in some, in the belly. And let that belly be the place where you follow your intuition, your heart, your belly. Follow your intuition, not your fears, which are from the head and from outside of ourselves. So tune inside yourself, be whole, be present, and be real in this new season, this new year, which the Chinese culture with the Lunar New Year begins on February 17th. So I intend to celebrate a new year coming at that time and am beginning already to celebrate the coming of spring. So a hopeful week to you, a peaceful presence to you, and may you be your best self today, tomorrow, and always. And may that best self be ever growing and changing and healing and becoming the best version of yourself, not as defined by anything outside of yourself, not as defined by our culture, not as defined by our heritage or our parents, but as defined by your soul. And to know what your soul needs, you have to listen. You have to feel. You have to feel through all the things that don't feel right and feel what does feel right. And in order to heal from even the bad stuff, you need to feel it. You need to sit with it. You need to grieve it. And it is through going through those emotions that you can let it go. So be brave. And till next time, I am Reverend Montclair, and this is Monday Church with Reverend Montclair, and I leave you with the Dene prayer, which is the Navajo culture, the Beauty Way prayer. May you walk in beauty, with beauty before you, with beauty behind you, with beauty above, with beauty below, and with beauty all around you and within you. May you walk. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time.